What is more valuable than billions of dollars but cannot be bought? What is harder than the steel of a rocket, but can be broken by a single childhood memory? And what kind of man has the world at his feet, yet chooses to sleep on a cold, oil-stained factory floor? Most people see the rockets, they see the satellites, they see the richest man on Earth, but they're looking at the wrong thing. They're looking at the mask, not the man. Behind the tweets and the headlines lies a dark, silent engine that never stops. A discipline so extreme it borders on madness. Today, we aren't telling you how he became rich. We are telling you how he became formidable. Let's go back to where the scars began. One, the monster and the machine. We live in an era of soft motivation. We are told to find balance, to seek mental peace, to prioritize rest. But there's one man who has built a multi-planetary empire by doing the exact opposite. He doesn't seek balance. He seeks total, uncompromising domination over his own human limitations. Elon Musk is not just the richest man in the world. He is a disciplined monster. While other billionaires spend their weekends on super yachts, Musk has spent his nights sleeping on the oil-stained floors of his factories. Why? Why would a man with enough money to buy a country choose to live like a refugee in his own company? 2. The South African scars. To understand the discipline of the man, you have to understand the trauma of the boy. Elon wasn't the popular kid, he wasn't the athlete. He was a small, socially awkward child who found more comfort in the pages of a book than in the company of people. By the age of 9, he had already read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. Think about that level of mental discipline in a 9-year-old. But the world outside these books was violent. In the brutal environment of a South African boys' school, Elon's intelligence made him a target. He was hunted. One afternoon at Bryanston High School, a group of boys cornered him. They didn't just push him, they threw him down a flight of concrete stairs, and when he landed, they didn't stop. They beat him until he was a bloody, unconscious heap. He woke up in a hospital, his nose was shattered, his breathing was permanently damaged. Even today, decades later, Elon still has to undergo surgeries to fix the respiratory issues from that beating. Most children would have been broken by this. Most would have become victims.
To expand consciousness beyond Earth. So, if you take SpaceX, for example, that SpaceX is about advancing rocket technology to the point where we can extend life and consciousness beyond Earth.
The real secret of his discipline. But this is where the untold story begins. Elon didn't seek therapy, he sought power. He realized that in a world of bullies, the only way to survive is to become so formidable that the world cannot ignore you. He began to treat his mind like a weapon. He taught himself computer programming in 3 days, a task that takes others months. At age 12, he coded a space-themed game called Blaster and sold it for $500. The discipline he shows at Tesla today, the 120-hour work weeks, the refusal to quit. It's not about the money. It's a defense mechanism born from a child who was thrown down the stairs and decided he would never be down again. He didn't just learn to work hard, he learned to endure. And as we will see in the next chapter, that endurance was about to be tested by the brink of total bankruptcy. 3. The architecture of the mind. Most people live their lives by analogy. We do things because that's how they've always been done. We follow the crowd. But Elon Musk's discipline is rooted in a physics-based mental framework called first principles thinking. Imagine you want to build a rocket. Experts told Musk it would cost $65 million. Musk didn't accept that. He broke the rocket down to its first principles, the raw materials. What is a rocket made of? Aerospace-grade aluminum, titanium, copper, and carbon fiber. He calculated the cost of those raw materials on the London Metal Exchange. The result? It was only 2% of the typical rocket price. The untold mental discipline. This isn't just about math, it's about the discipline to reject every expert opinion on Earth. It's the discipline to be the most hated man in the room because you refuse to accept a lie as the truth. But how does he manage the execution? He uses a brutal technique known as time boxing. Musk doesn't have a daily schedule, he has 5-minute slots. Every single minute of his 120-hour work week is accounted for. Real life. Example, he often skips breakfast. He eats his lunch in exactly 5 minutes, usually during a meeting, barely tasting the food. He has trained his brain to treat time like a depleting oxygen tank. In his mind, every second wasted is a second further away from Mars. He once said, "If you give yourself 30 days to clean your home, it will take 30 days. If you give yourself 3 hours, it will take 3 hours." That is the discipline he forces upon thousands of employees and himself. 4. The year of death, the 2008 Crucible. 2008 was the year that should have ended Elon Musk. If you want to see the real discipline, look at him when he had nothing. At this point, his first 3 SpaceX launches had exploded. In the world of aerospace, 3 strikes usually mean you are dead. At the same time, Tesla...
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
Was hemorrhaging cash. The global economy was crashing. And to top it off, he was going through a messy public divorce. He was living on personal loans from friends just to pay his rent.
Getting a job in the US, hard as it is, just getting a job visa hard as it is, but if you're working on rocket technology, that's considered an advanced weapons technology.
This is the untold moment of his life. Musk had a choice. He had a few $1 million left. He could split the money between SpaceX and Tesla and hope both survived, or he could put it all into one and let the other die. The real-life example of discipline, instead of choosing the safe path, he did something insane. He split the money, knowing that if the 4th launch failed, both companies would be dead, and he would be 100% bankrupt, possibly in debt for life. He didn't sleep. He developed stress-induced stomach pains. His hair began to fall out, but he stayed in the factory. On the day of the 4th launch, the tension was so high that engineers were physically shaking. When that rocket finally reached orbit, Musk didn't celebrate with champagne. He proved that discipline is not about being a robot. It's about having the strength to stay the course when your world is literally exploding around you. Elon Musk is proof that the limits of the human body are much further than we think. We are all capable of more. The question is, are you willing to pay the price, or are you content with being comfortable?